the main foundation. So come let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. This also goes for every Trinbagonian who want to live in a foreign land. Now is the time to come home and do something, instead of staying out there and freezing. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation.
And that is the main foundation. Building a strong nation, coming together and transforming Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I want to welcome you wherever you are to the Dynamic Hour. My name is Kem Jones. And again, it's a good opportunity for you and I to converse, to talk, using social media and radio to connect. The technology is here to stay. You're able to view me on YouTube, Vision Information Services, that YouTube channel. You're able to view me on Facebook, Grenada Transformation Agenda, or on my page, Kem Jones, or somebody may share the program. And as a result, you will be able to see. You're also able to share the link on WhatsApp and other social media platforms so that great many people can get an opportunity to be a part of the conversation. And then we have Vibes 101.3 FM and 106.3 FM. And we also have Wild 106.3 FM in New York. So there is quite a number of mediums you can use to get the program. I want to start off this morning by saying there are some people, and let me be very specific. You had Tobias Clement serving as a member of parliament, I think on two occasions, as an elected member of parliament. I think he was a senator some time back, but he was an elected member of parliament for St. George Northeast. And I listened to this guy on MTV, I think it was, and I had to laugh for a moment, because here you had a person who served as a member of parliament and who should know better. But this guy came out in defense of Sheldon Scott. And if you read the hundreds of comments under that particular MTV piece, you would realize that these guys are not aware of the feeling and concerns that the people have. It seems as though they are operating not following the trend, not following the comments that people are making under that post. So, for example, if I do an interview, I will go back and check out some of the comments, because there are people out there who would be able to, vent or say certain things, and you might be able to learn in the process, right? So I am saying that these guys, they seem not to be on top of their game to go back and check and make sure that, they kind of understand what the people are thinking. But if you check that particular piece by Tobias Clement, you had about 200 or so comments under that piece, and 99% of the comments were against Tobias Clement. So the Grenadian people want to see Sheldon Scott pay back that money and be held accountable for taxpayers' money. The Grenadian population want to see Sheldon Scott be made an example to pay back what the taxpayers paid for him for his cell phone bills when he was employed with the new National Party, not the government of Grenada. So the Grenadian people want to see that happen. And it seems as though Sheldon Scott or Tobias Clement or the NNP, they don't understand what is at stake here. Because people are saying clear cut, we want to see this guy pay back taxpayers' money. Because remember, Sheldon Scott was not employed with the government of Grenada at the time. It's not like he was a government minister or some government employee. He was employed with the new National Party. There's a big difference. A political party, and you have the government of Grenada. So the government of Grenada was taking taxpayers' money and pay Sheldon Scott's phone bill. So it's like you're not a part of a company, but the accountant in that, or you're no longer a part of that company, but the accountant in that company still paying you your salary, and you're collecting it still, although you're not working with them. How dishonest can that be? What you need to do, because it is your responsibility to say to that company, I am no longer working with you, but I see you're sending me a monthly salary still, and I'm not working with you. And your duty is to give them back that money. That is what's supposed to happen, right? If you don't, then you can be charged for fraud, right? Or falsely collecting the money when you're not working. It is the same thing like you going to the bank, the ATM machine, and for some strange reason, you see $20,000 in there that you did not put. It's not your money. So you start withdrawing money from that $20,000. And then the bank, doing their audit or their check, realize that somebody mistakenly put that money on that account. But it's not your money. You can still be charged for fraud and other things if you use that money, or if you don't notify the bank. So there are some people who thinking that it is okay for an individual to use his personal cell phone and taxpayers' money must pay for it. There are some people who believe it's okay. There are some people who are okay with that. They're defending Sheldon Scott, those NNP, right? But you kind of expect better from a person like Tobias Clement, although some people would say they never expected anything from this guy. His standard is really low, right? His levels really, really low. So I want you to listen to what he had to say on MTV.
I would not advise Sheldon to go and pay any money without counsel's advice. I mean, I think Claudia Joseph was very forward and pompous. What she had moved there? I mean, with just sending a letter to, she think that is a personal client or something that she's dealing with. If Sheldon Scott had just go into the sunset without saying a word, this would not have raised its ugly head today. But again, you live and you learn, and if that is retribution, then we just, are we now beginning to go down a slippery slope? It means therefore, and I'm saying that without apology, that each and every one of us that are in government, if we have not yet done so, we must tread carefully, because if now every other government comes now and retribution have to follow, some of us might take a jail.
Former opposition leader Tobias Clement told MTV News that former government senator Sheldon Scott should immediately seek legal advice after being ordered by the Office of the Attorney General to repay over 100,000 EC dollars for a then government-issued cell phone bill. While Attorney General Claudia Joseph says the latest move is in the interest of the government and the people of Grenada, Clement believes the fact that Scott was given only 90 days to repay such a large sum is a personal attack.
They might want to teach Sheldon Scott a lesson, but I think it is deeper than that though. I think it's, maybe I should not say it, but honestly, I do believe it's a vendetta against Mr. Sheldon Scott for what reason or the other. Maybe because he talks a lot and maybe he has critics that some people not agreeing with. Both of them blunder. I think what they should do now is come to an amicable conclusion as how it should settle. In terms of dragging Sheldon Scott through the mud, they might have to pay for that too, because I don't think he was wrong.
Scott was served a pre-action protocol letter on Sunday, giving him 90 days to repay EC $156,937.62 into the Treasury of Grenada with due notice to the Office of the Attorney General. The charges were racked up from July 2016 to July 2019 after Scott demitted office as Parliamentary Secretary within the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Ecclesiastic Affairs, a position he held from March 2013 to June 2016.
What is the big hoopla about? Government accustomed blundering and blundering in terms of contracts, in terms of cases, in terms of millions upon millions of dollars that spent. Poor little Sheldon Scott now that they want to hook with what? $160,000 as to say what? He gonna take a jail if he did not pay it back? Much ado about nothing. I think we have other more important things to study in this country than government blunders or Sheldon Scott blunders.
Clement believes Scott and the previous government became complacent with the cell phone scandal and the situation could have been easily avoided.
In terms of the cell phone issuing, if I am a company and I give a worker a cell phone to use with service and I get rid of the worker, isn't it my duty to terminate that service? And I would say so for those who are in there now, because the stick that you measure with today is the same stick that you will be measured with tomorrow. But again, the point with Sheldon Scott, I said to him, get good counsel and let's see where it goes from there.
Scott is ordered to pay the sum in unauthorized charges unlawfully incurred in the amount of EC $115,393.32, with the interest totaling $41,544.30, bringing the total amount owed to EC $156,937.62. In addition to the civil case, Senator Claudette Joseph, during a press conference on Tuesday, disclosed that the Financial Intelligence Unit conducted an investigation and the findings have been sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to determine whether criminal charges will be brought against Sheldon Scott.
Right. So, I mean, look, Tobias Clement forget or maybe playing dumb. This is taxpayers' money. And if you no longer work with government, why should you, as a responsible person, keep using a cell phone with a number assigned to government for almost 3 years? That's the concern here, you know. Not 3 months, for almost 3 years. Excuse me, month after month after month. You're using a device, you're using a cell phone. You're not paying the bill, and you think that's okay? You're not paying that bill. So who is paying it for you? Only a person who is dishonest, in my belief, would see this as it's okay, it's cool. Every month, you expect a bill in your name. You expect to pay a bill because you're using a device. You're using the phone. Every month, the bill for the internet comes to me, I have to pay. Every month, the bill for Grenlec comes to me, I have to pay. Right? So that is kind of customary. So no one should believe that because they no longer work with government, they should still use the device, and it is government's responsibility to terminate or to take that person out of the plan. No, it is your responsibility to hand in the device. It is your responsibility to discontinue using that particular device. It is not government's responsibility or DigiCell's responsibility. Some people get this thing wrong. When you go in government and you're issued a device, you sign an agreement which says that when you are no longer working with government, you must surrender that particular device. You must discontinue using that device because it's a part of a plan. It's like you working with government, right? Then after a year or two, you no longer work with government, but you're still using government's vehicle, driving on the road and going to the gas station and collect gas in that vehicle. And then you would turn around and say, well, the government should have taken the vehicle. The government should have, take the keys from me. But it is your responsibility to hand in the keys and the vehicle. So don't make people fool you. So when you listen to Tobias, one kind of question, how this guy won his seat and how this guy represented the people of the Northeast, St. George Northeast. That is the crop of representation you had for 2 terms. Something is fundamentally wrong. And this guy is saying, poor Sheldon. What's wrong with you? Poor Sheldon. Remember, and he questioned the time they give him to pay back the money. Remember, Sheldon Scott admitted to wrongdoing years and years ago, you know. In fact, I thought this guy paid back the money already. It was surprising to hear the Honorable Attorney General, Ms. Claudia Joseph, saying that not 1 cent was paid back. So if this guy had started paying back that money 5 years ago, he would have completed paying back that money already. So giving him 90 days now to pay, it is 90 days plus 5 years. It's about 5 years ago this guy came out and admitted to the wrongdoing, because we exposed him on this program. And if we did not expose this, it would have just gone under the carpet. No one would have, known anything about this particular matter, cell phone gate. So I am saying something is wrong with Tobias Clement. But not only something is wrong with him, the guy is not following the public opinion. The public opinion on this particular matter is that Sheldon Scott must pay back taxpayers' money, because taxpayers' money went into paying his bills, and he was not employed with the government of Grenada. And that's what the taxpayers are saying, home and abroad. It's not just politics, It is basic economics. Taxpayers' money was used to pay Sheldon Scott's personal bills, and he was not employed with the government of Grenada, and that's a fact. So to be on his side or to come out in defense of him, something has to be totally wrong with you. In fact, they want this matter to go away. The NNP wants this matter to go away. And the pundits and supporters of the NNP. So what the pundits of the NNP have been doing is launching personal attacks on certain MPs with the hope that this conversation will go away. They're, faking all kind of WhatsApp messages and so on and so forth. And then you see people start doing the same thing with the WhatsApp messages and say, well, this thing is fake. If you go under Anna Augustine, right, post that page, post the fake WhatsApp conversations, right, with they wanted to drag in the Honorable Tevin Andrews in that conversation, right? And if you go and you read what the people, right, Grenadians, ordinary people, had to say under that post, the 200 or 300 comments, 99% of them, the people are saying that this thing is fake, right? I went up to PT Martinique on my way to go, as I attempted to get on the Osprey. You had this guy who was badly beaten, right? Decided to take a video of your humble servant, right, as though it's a joke, and upload that, saying, well, look, Kem go in and bring sheet to Kariakou, something of that sort, right? But that is the level that they are at. But the people are not on their side with all their nonsense, all their rubbish. The people are not on their side. Public opinion, if you follow public opinion, the littlest child is saying that Sheldon Scott should be made to pay back the money. And they commended the government, the Attorney General, and the government for taking such a measure, because it's long overdue. long overdue. So I am simply saying here, folks, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to get that public feel. All you need to do is just read the comments under those posts. And people are very clear. Grenadians want Sheldon Scott to pay back the money. His mouth is too big. He's on a program bumping his mouth nearly every night. Right? But you can't pay back taxpayers' money. Remember, taxpayers' money went into paying this man's bills, his personal bills. Taxpayers' money. That money could have been used to fix a piece of road, could have been used to pay a couple people's salary for a year or two. It could have been used to fix something in the medical station, something in that clinic. It could have been used to fix something in the school. It could have been used to fix something in that community center or the playing field. That money is a significant amount. And the general public is happy that he's held accountable. That is what is important. He's held accountable. You have to pay it back. But there are people who on the NNP side who supporting this, who angry that the government decided to go after this guy to pay back taxpayers' money. And it makes you wonder for a moment, what are the standards of the NNP? Right? What do they stand for? What are their principles? What in other words, you need to know what is their ideology. What do they believe in? It's like those pundits of the NNP, they're happy with corruption. They're happy with fraud. They're happy with dishonesty. They're happy with crookedness. They're happy with those things. And that is why over the 20-something years of the NNP being in power, the NNP administration, we saw a lot of crooks, fraudsters, con men, convestors came into this place and con the government and take millions and millions of dollars. And it was like normal. It was like, it's nothing. Nothing is wrong with that. That is the sense you get from those NNP supporters, which is scary because they want to come back and govern this country, They want to come back and run this country. But that is their standard. That is their style. But folks, let me open up the line because I would love to hear from you based on what you heard from Tobias Clement. I would love to hear from you. The number is 415-4817, 415-4817, 415-4817. I would love to hear from you. Your take on this. Because, you see, it's taxpayers' money. It's not some personal, somebody's personal money. It's taxpayers' money. So we are paying taxes. And why should the NNP pundits and surrogates be okay with the money that we are paying to government, that they take in that money and pay the personal cell phone bills of Sheldon Scott? You're okay with that? That can't be right. It cannot be right. So at the end of the day, he has to pay it back. But folks, I would love to hear from you. What is your take? Let's take the first call. Here. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, go ahead. Ignore the radio.
Hello?
Ignore the radio. Have a phone conversation
Yes,
with me.
Yeah. You see, Tobias will say these things because you remember in 2013, when Tobias won his seat, he worked for 5 years getting free taxpayers' money without a portfolio, without doing nothing. So that's why he could come out now and to be defending Sheldon Scott that the government should make him pay back the money. So the government should go after he now to make him pay back that money that he had that he didn't work for, our taxpayers' money. So that's why he's defending Sheldon Scott. I was so ashamed of Tobias, hearing Tobias saying these sorts of things. Tobias should be shamed as a big MP, and I think he's a lawyer, some big thing in School of Medicine. He should know right from wrong. The man is wrong, and it's wrong is wrong, and he admitted that he had used taxpayers' money, and he said he would have paid back, and he never paid back. So I don't know why Tobias coming and saying all these things and calling Claudette these names and getting on. Tobias should be shamed.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, there, my
Yes.
friend. So I don't know. In terms of Tobias Clement, I know he was a MP, so I don't know if he was actually collecting anything more than an MP salary while he was in there. So I can't say that he was getting free money, right? Because he was not a minister of government. He was a MP. And I think he works at SGU, either in labs, chemistry, or something of that sort. I think so. I stand to be corrected, but I don't know. One moment. I don't know if he was getting anything more than an MP salary. All right. So just a little clarity there, clarification. Good morning, caller.
Hey, Kem, good morning.
Good morning.
Wago.
Good. How you doing?
So good man. I go in Saturday, man. I'll bring something back for you.
All right.
My question to Toby: what was the reason why he chained himself down in Parliament? That's only my question.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem to forgetting something.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Cam.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm just called.
Yeah, go ahead. Proceed.
Yeah, I'm just calling to say this. Here in Ontario, if you're receiving unemployment, and then you start to work, and then declare that you are working again, and you have received overemployment benefits, you are entitled to pay it back because the government would come after you for it. So in the case of Scott, he knew what he was doing. He acknowledged what he was doing. He said he was going to pay it back, did not pay it back. Now, for a former opposition leader to come out and speak such nonsensical things, as you rightfully said, because I had the same thought, how on earth this man could have ever been in opposition? No wonder why Kit Mitchell and them made a fool out of him for the time that he was there, until he had to bring chain and padlock to lock himself in Parliament to tell him that's how you could move me. And Kit Mitchell made an utter fool of him that day. So now I see, because this man doesn't have a brain, for him to say that Clement doesn't have to pay back anything from that, and get a lawyer. And what the Attorney General did was basically wrong, and it's something up the sleeve. The Attorney General handled this thing with distinction and class, and given him 90 days to pay that back after he declared how many years ago that he should be paid that. He's damn lucky that he get 90 days, because I can tell you here, just unemployment, if they give you 2, 3, 4 unemployment checks, you got to pay it back. Look at the COVID benefits that they were given to some people who overtook, right? Right now, everybody is getting a letter from the government for this money to be repaid, and it has to be repaid, because Scott knew what he was doing. He was aware of what he was doing. So basically, that was theft. That was theft. So I think Clement needs to take a back seat and to hide himself away from the public, because he's just made himself a really dunce individual
All right.
for a person who called himself an opposition leader.
Thank you very much.
So you know something? This thing and this thing with Clement is just an overshadow to take away what is going on with them.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There, and again, we are not able to define the crime that was committed. So we can't say it's theft or fraud or whatever else, because we don't really know what are the crimes that were committed or crime. The FIU investigated the matter, and it is before the DPP in terms of criminality, whether criminal charges will be laid. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Kim Jones.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Day, nice to have you back, man.
Yeah, man.
I see your and Father Logan dancer Big Jones. Yeah. But Kim, you know, in all this thing with the payment, the phone bills and whatnot, I want to understand, I can understand it, how a bill could come every month for close to 3 years, right? And it is paid. Who give the authority to pay that bill for someone who is not a bill not for government services? That's what I can understand. The bill would come, somebody would have to, some accounts officer would have to look at it and say, yes, we need to pay that. And when it go for the check to be paid, the people signing the checks have to see what they are paying for. How you could pay for a service that's not a government service for over 3 years? It's been paid year and year and year, month on month. It's like, I don't know if the gentleman walked into the treasury and said, all you have to pay that. And next month, all you have to pay that. Something is missing in this puzzle, Kim. Something is missing. Yes, the guy had no right using the phone. He should have turned in the phone. I worked with a company, and when I left, I had 2 weeks to turn in the phone, and then I even had to beg for another week or two because my new device wasn't coming, right? So I begged, and then after I got my device, I turned in the phone. The gentleman continued to use the phone. His name is still in the pool, among others. I remember there were other people, although lesser amounts, who are no longer in government service, but the bill was paid for a month. Something is wrong with the accounting system.
No. The people who are in that pool, they were employed with the government. The person who stood out as not working with government was Sheldon Scott.
But Kim Jones, I remember the morning when you broke the story. You call an ex-worker and he couldn't answer his phone.
Right.
And then I think also you mentioned the current where he is now in the NNP government. He was a minister.
Right.
Mr. Roland Bola name was mentioned.
Right.
And he was no longer working with government.
No, because
although there were small amounts.
Right, but you see the period of time in which the bills, that particular bill, the 3 months or so, he was actually in government. You understand the point? So it was not like it's today for today. It was bills that were, years old. You see the point?
That's what I'm trying to say, Kim. How could a government official pay a bill for years for somebody who is not working with government?
Right. And I fully agree with you.
That's what I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
So these people there, whether it's the accounts officer or the people signing the check, and the people are signing the check and say, yes, you could pay that, they have to be held accountable also. No man can just walk off the street and say, look, you have to pay this bill, this government bill. There should be checks and balances.
But again, caller, again, we know the government that was in power. We know what used to happen during that particular time. And so we can't be naive to believe that we don't know the heavy-handedness and the kind of control that took place around that time. Public servants was afraid. All right. But thank you very much. Plenty love.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay then.
Thank you very much, there, caller. Good morning. Caller from Trinidad.
Yeah.
You want to lower the volume of your radio or whatever device you're listening? Yeah, lower the device. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you have to either cut off that device you have at the background. Lower the volume.
Oh, well, I was listening to Ken Jones on the TV here.
Yes. Well, I am. You're having a live phone call with me now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the background noise was disturbing. So go ahead. Proceed.
Yeah, well, I find they should jail the tomcat.
All right.
And I know you're good enough.
Tell me.
Danny is my niece, you know.
Who is it? Oh, I see.
Yeah, Danny is my niece. After your day, she called me and wish me happy
Father's Day. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So how is Trinidad?
Yeah. Well, we have plenty crime and things down here and what's not one thing.
Okay. Well,
Plenty,
stay safe.
plenty.
Stay safe. Plenty love.
Huh?
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Plenty love. Good.
Yes. I don't.
Oh boy. Sorry for that, day caller. Sorry for that. I realized you were actually saying something there and I mistakenly cut you off. Sorry for that. I do apologize. All right. So that's someone from Trinidad. Again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. You see, if you are in public office, remember, Sheldon Scott was a parliamentary secretary, right? A parliamentary secretary. He was like a junior minister of government. So he should know. It's not like, somebody who is unaware of these things. He should know that if he no longer works with the government, let's take that call here. Let's take that call here. Hello.
Hi, good morning, Kim Jones. How are you going?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
They quiet. Kim Jones, I have a daughter, and since this daughter growing up with me, she see her doing wrong thing. All what her doing is wrong thing. Obvious that daughter will come and do wrong things too. I don't know how this man, the owner of these greenhouses, operate. Look at Jelma. Jelma they in the house for years and she never knew how much money if he had $75 million in the house. Is after she come out of the house, she realized because the man always saying he don't have. So sometimes now this man when he want to set you up and show you down, he does work in a smart way. Sometimes he didn't tell Sheldon didn't even understand how the cell phone operating. So when you're there and you only see the wrong thing, is the wrong things you go come to because that leader of that house is only show them to do wrong things. Look at how much people that come and Papi show the man and take all the taxpayers' money with the chicken farm and the this and the that. That man do a lot of wrong things and that man teach these people and them in the house a lot of wrong things too. But Sheldon admit he going to pay. We remember he admit he going to pay every cent he cost the taxpayers. He say he will pay it. But remember, these people and them rule under a man that doing a lot of wrong things, smart talking, treating people bad. So obviously the children and them go take follow his footstep and do exactly. But if you have a daughter and you show her everything, and you come and you see she take you thing. Now, the only thing you as a mother now you have to pray and ask God to change. She will not come and beat up on her and make her feel well. She was than you because you teach her that. You have to have God in you now and teach her the right thing.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, morning. Hey, Kim.
Hey, morning.
Yeah, the reason he wasn't going to pay that bill, they thought they were going to win the election. That's why he wasn't never going to pay that. He did win the election. He wasn't going to pay that. That's what he thought. He thought they were going to win elections, so that's why he don't pay nothing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you very much, there, caller. Thank you very much indeed. And when I listen to Tobias Clement, a story comes to mind. I remember growing up, there was this mother when her son was doing a lot of wrong things. She never corrected him. She was okay with him doing all those wrong things. And he ended up in jail. And he was sentenced to death. And then there was one wish he had, and they granted that wish to him to see his mother for the last. And he beat out her ears. You remember that story? Told her, come, let me tell you something. He said, when I was doing all the wrong things, you never corrected me. You never tell me that it was wrong and so on. He beat out the ears. And that is what Tobias Clement reminds me of. It's like, Sheldon Scott admitted to wrong. He knows that it's wrong. But still, you have these people aiding and abetting it. Good morning, caller. Thanks for holding.
Hi, good morning, Kim. Good morning. I'm calling because I'm just upset because I'm trying to figure out what is Tobias Clement teaching our youths of the nation. What is he trying to do when he's coming out and make statements like that? What is he defending? I have a million questions because it doesn't make any sense to me. You have a grown man that openly admit to doing wrong, and then you have now a man as Tobias Clement coming on air to defend it. To defend what? I remembered Kim going to school and we're in the getting the books program where we used to go and get books in the ministry. And I remember after each school year, we had to return the books. And if you don't return the books, you don't get another voucher to get new books for the new school year. Tobias Clement wasn't a child. They were teaching us responsibility at that time. So what is Sheldon Scott going to tell us? Like, he didn't know he was a toddler. He was supposed to be spoon-fed. He knew what he was doing. He admit that it was wrong. He admit to paying back the money. And I'm struggling, trying to come to grip with why are they defending him right now. I'm struggling with that. I'm sorry, but I'm struggling.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, because, look, the Grenadian people, generally, they are in total agreement with the government. He has to pay back the money. And that particular matter is one that should see both parties, NNP and NDC supporters, agreeing, right? Coming to terms, agreeing on this particular one. It's taxpayers' money, and you have to pay it back. Let's take that call. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning to Mr. Clement. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
Yeah, well, okay. Well, Miss Sheldon Scott have to pay back this money, and he can't pay like piece of money. Because when I gonna pay my property and tax, that I do not pay the revenue and then piece of money. We have to see that they don't leave the country and go away like wild man. So they pay off all the money one lash. Have a good morning.
All right. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. And look, this thing is common sense, Sheldon Scott was not employed with the government of Grenada at the time he was using that device, and taxpayers' money was used every month for almost 3 years to pay his cell phone bills. The man was not working with government, so he has to pay it back. And it's not, as a caller said, he's not a toddler. He's not a kid. He should know better. That's very, very important. You can't tell me that you're no longer working with government. Every month, bill, you're using a phone and you're not paying the bills. Something, something is just not adding up. Folks, let me just say to you, the Deacon Mitchell Support Group, they're having a bus trip to Caesars Atlantic City. All right. That's Saturday, June the 22nd. That's Saturday coming. All right. Refreshments will be, let me just take that call. All right. Let's take that one. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Dynamic Ken.
How are you doing?
I'm so. Sheldon has no intention of paying back the money. That was his intention, because he thinks Grenadians are stupid and anything goes in Grenada. Just like Donald Trump saying he's going to run as a Republican because he's stupid, he thinks Grenadians are stupid, but it's the NNP that are stupid because he wouldn't take a cent out from his pocket and pay. Let us stupid, downward, foolish Grenadians, the NNP, do a GoFundMe and pay for it. He's not going to pay it from his pocket. His money is his money. So that's why everybody think they can come into Grenada and do those shit under this the past administration. So Sheldon Scott, no way, Jose, not gonna pay. Let them stupid Grenadians pay for it. Not he. Anything goes in Grenada. Corruption, robbery, oppression, all these things was taking place. They should investigate each and every one from NNP administration the day they set foot into government. There is a lot of things in the pipeline. Go down there and pull it all up, investigate them. This is nonsense. NDC must show the Caribbean and show the world what they stand for. They will lead, others will follow. Everybody wants a nice, handsome, brilliant, young prime minister as Honorable Dr. Dickon Mitchell. So show them corruption, have no place in Grenada, and we're going to go down into it. We're going to root it out once and for all. Teach them, show the way. Thank you, Dynamic Camp.
Oh,
Bye.
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, there, my good friend. The East Zone of the National Democratic Congress invites you to join in an evening of gratitude as we honor our fallen stalwarts. Tuesday, the 18th of June. That's tomorrow, God's willing. That's tomorrow. Oh boy, I missed that call. At the YWCA building, Grenville, from 5 p.m. Tuesday, that's tomorrow, God's willing. That's tomorrow, all right? Tomorrow, God's willing, Tuesday, the 18th of June. Thank you very much, Vashti Stanislaus, there for that. The Eastern Zone of the National Democratic Congress, they have an evening of gratitude as we honor our fallen stalwarts. So, a number of people within the NDC, who died, who passed away, who worked, they want to honor them tomorrow, God's willing. All right? Yes. So, look, I am, somebody saying today's a town hall meeting. Let me look and see here. Town hall meeting. Because I remember I had a list. All right. Town hall meeting. Remember I had a list of the town hall meetings, All right. It's a good friend. Let me see. The town hall meeting. Right. The Look Cinema. That's the Look Cinema. That's tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow is also the town hall meeting at the Look Cinema. So that function is earlier because the town hall meeting starts at 7 p.m. But that particular engagement to honor the fallen stalwarts, it starts at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. All right? Yes. So again, that's very nice. Very nice there. If you ask me, it's a good thing. So look, we have to continue speaking about this matter. I was telling you about the bus trip Saturday in New York. All right. So don't gamble, no problem. Here are some suggestions. Go shopping, visit the lighthouse, take a walk on the boardwalk. All right, cost $70, and that would be US. All right. Bus departs at 7:30 a.m. sharp. All right. And so if you want more information, call Frances 917-282-9405 or Estella 917-623-6882, Merrill on 914-482-1215, Akim 347-925-1625, Jillian 917-589-8860, Kenisha 917-589-0372. All right. So and you still have Janice. Janice is 917-708-2841, or Beverly 347-606-6582. All right. So they have that bus trip. It's $70 US. So link them up and go to Atlantic City with them this coming Saturday. All right. And I know it's normally a sellout event. Good. So someone is saying to me, no, the town hall meeting is today. Yes, today's the 17th. So my bad. Correction. Today is the town hall meeting. Today is the town hall meeting. It's not tomorrow. Today. All right. So tomorrow is that evening of gratitude. Tomorrow is that evening of gratitude as we honor our fallen stalwarts. So that's tomorrow. But the town hall meeting is today at the Luke Cinema in Grenville, starting from 7 p.m. That's today. Correction. That's today. All right. Nice. So again, right. The NDC New York chapter, cheers to 2 years, unite and celebrate the second anniversary backyard bash, the National Democratic Congress, transforming rights. So that's Saturday. So Saturday coming, the NDC New York chapter, they're having a, let me get it here. They're having a backyard bash starting at 6 p.m. to midnight. All right, 6 p.m. to midnight. So that's Saturday coming. So let me see where 517 East 85th Street between Foster Avenue and Farragut Road. All right, drinks and beverages on sale. So they're inviting you to come and be a part of that as the NDC New York chapter. NDC New York chapter, they're having that event to celebrate 2 years of NDC being in power. All right, that is good. That's wonderful. Nice. That is good. I like to see that you're actually reminding me as I go. All right. Once the program is going, you're sending it. That's good. 'Cause sometimes I get a lot of ads and promo, but if you send it as I speak, it is better. So when I look at the phone, I can actually promote it. All right. Nice. So again, the town hall meeting is today. Today, Monday the 17th of June. Today at the Luke Cinema in Grenville. All right. Go out and be a part of that. Folks, I want to wish you all the best. We're way past the wrap-up time. I want to thank you very much. And let's keep the pressure on. We must not be intimidated. We have to talk about these issues. Yes, they would use all kind of strategy and tactics to see if they can, get in your head. But once you stand firm, you have nothing to fear. I want to wish you all the best. Take good care, and we will continue to follow the Sheldon Scott matter and other matters. We will continue to do that. Take good care and have a wonderful day. Bye for now. Bye for now. We have to wrap it up.